Coming up, the viral Iowa State fan who raised over $1 million for the Children's Hospital is under fire. And later, if you are in need of a job or internship, look no further. We'll tell you more in a few minutes.
Fall sports for Iowa is back and better than ever.
And we're not just talking about football, people, because coming up, we'll fill you in on what other fall sports have all the action.
We're finally beginning to feel some fall temperatures. In just a few minutes, I'll give you all the details on the upcoming forecast.
All that and more coming on this Thursday morning edition of DITV. Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Noah Gowdy. Iowa State fan Carson King raised over $1 million for the University of Iowa Children's Hospital after his sign asking for beer money went viral on College game day. On Tuesday, the Des Moines Register published a story that included racist tweets that King sent out when he was 16 years old. We have DITV reporter Cade Overton in the newsroom with more. Cade, what does this mean for the Des Moines Register?
Well, earlier this week, Noah, the Des Moines Register was conducting a profile article for their website about Carson King. And what they said they were doing was a routine background check. They went through King's Twitter from 2011 when he was 16 years old and discovered some racist tweets that was really not a good look for King. Because of this, King went public to the media and apologized, saying he was young and immature, but he's grown a lot since then. I mean, as you can tell, a guy who's donating millions of dollars to the hospital must be very mature. And also, Busch Light has cut their ties with King because of this. They did say they're going to continue to donate the money up to the end of the month, but there's going to be no more beer cans with his face on it, and the sponsorship is gone with King.
Now, Cade, what does this mean? What has the reaction been to the Register?
Really, it just hasn't been good at all. Many people have gone public onto Twitter and have announced they're canceling their subscription to the Des Moines Register. They're unfollowing the Des Moines Register, and many people have said they're going to stop following the Des Moines Register overall. A lot of people have backed up King. Even the hashtag #StandWithKing was trending. Many people said that they made mistakes when they were 16 years old, and everyone makes mistakes. And also, Aaron Calvin, the reporter who dug up King's tweets, a lot of people went through his tweets and found really inappropriate and less than ethical tweets from his side. And because of that, the Des Moines Register said they are launching an investigation into Aaron Calvin. And it's really just not a good look for the Des Moines Register overall.
Thank you, Cade. There's been a huge showing of support for King, including Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds declaring September 28, 2019, Carson King Day. Today, University of Iowa students are putting on their suits and printing their resumes in honor of their annual student job fair. DITV reporter Emily Callahan is standing by with more.
Later today, the Pomerantz Career Center will be hosting the Fall Job and Internship Fair right here at the IMU. If you want to jumpstart your career, make sure to head up to the second floor because there will be over 100 employers looking for students just like you. Across the street in Hubbard Park, Pomerantz will be
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties there, but we'll move on with the show. So now, as I was walking here to the studio this morning, it kind of started to feel a lot more like fall temperatures. Let's toss it over to Claire in the weather studio with more. Claire?
That is right, Noah. We had a very chilly morning this morning with temperatures only looking at 54 degrees. Luckily, there is plenty of sun. As the day continues, temperatures will rise, though not much. This evening, you can expect clear skies with a temperature of 63 degrees. Looking ahead to the weekend and early into next week, we can anticipate lots of storms. Kicking off the weekend, there is a 100% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 74 and a low of 53. The rain will continue to Saturday as there is a 40% chance of rain with moderate temperatures in the mid to low 60s. Closing out the weekend and continuing into next, the temperatures will begin to rise again. Both Sunday and Monday, there is a chance of storms with a high on Sunday around 80 and on Monday up to the mid-80s. Be sure to get outside and enjoy this beautiful day before the rainy weekend begins. Noah, back to you.
Thanks, Claire. The Adler Journalism Student Resource is looking a little bit different these days. On Tuesday, their Resource Center had a ribbon cutting ceremony for the newly remodeled Student Center. The College of Liberal Arts Dean Steve Goddard and Director of Journalism and Communications David Reif cut the ribbon, while their students were able to check out the new space. Additions to the Student Center include a new design and snacks available for all students. The changes were made in hopes to encourage more studying on campus.
And there's going to be a database of all the internship opportunities. If you're a journalism major, you know you get a lot of emails from Paul Jensen. Oftentimes, some students will archive those emails so that they can go through them. We're going to create a database structure for those emails so that and make them searchable, so that when students come and have ideas about where they might want to do an internship, the database is available to show them what kinds of places students have worked for in the past. And there's
Now, I know I'm very excited for that center to be open. I'll probably head over there after the show to get a nice cup of coffee for myself. And when we look at sports today, we always know about Hawkeye football, but what about the other teams on campus? Let's toss it over to Zach and Marissa in the sports studio to find out a little bit more.
That's right, Noah. Fall may arguably be the best time of year, and with Iowa's many fall sports in full swing, it's hard not to look away from all the action.
And as we are getting deeper into the fall sports season, it's just about the time where we see what teams sink or swim coming into conference play.
For Iowa volleyball, that ball is still very much in the air. Although the Hawks are coming out of their Cy-Hawk series this past weekend with a loss, there's still more than enough time for them to get their roster in shape with Big Ten play coming up.
Without key player Megan Bazzirio on the court, the Hawks had to lean on newer members of the program in the battle against Iowa State. To see just how essential these players were in order to put up a good fight, we sent DITV sports reporter Kimberly Bates to find out more.
Senior outside hitter Megan Bazzirio is temporarily sidelined with an undisclosed injury, but that's not stopping the rest of the team from stepping up. Against in-state rival Iowa State, Courtney Bazzirio recorded 19 kills, Bree Orr recorded 49 assists, and freshman Adina Schmidt brought her hitting A game.
With Megan being out, we do have players that have proven throughout the weekend they can step up when we need them to.
And having these girls step up in the absence of one of their team captains just shows Coach Brown the young leadership that she has in her volleyball program. Megan will be out again this weekend, but that leaves plenty of room for more of the girls to step up. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Kimberly Bates, DITV Sports.
All eyes will be on the Hawks this weekend as they play Northwestern Friday and Illinois Saturday.
While everyone wants to focus on the Hawkeye football team this fall, there are a handful of other fall sports that Iowa should focus to keep their eye on.
We have Assistant Sports Director John Rawson live in the newsroom to break down some fall sports.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Just pick a sport and let's run with it.
All right, John, let's start with Iowa volleyball.
Well, this was just mentioned. Megan Bazzirio is out. It's unknown how long she's going to be out. The good news for the Hawkeyes is that that's only one of their two seniors, Megan Bazzirio and Emily Bushman. Bushman only a role player. It's a very young Hawkeye team. Freshman Adina Schmidt and Kendra Hansen have had increased roles, especially in the last couple matches, most importantly against Iowa State, which they clawed back from a 2-0 deficit to go to 5 sets. But also the head coach situation. Vicki Brown has taken over as interim head coach. A lot of Hawkeyes think she could get the head coach title and just drop the interim in replacement of Bon Szymanski. So what's next, guys?
Next, let's talk a little bit about soccer and how they've been doing.
Well, soccer is an interesting case. A lot of people aren't quite aware of how good this team actually is. They're one of the most experienced teams in the NCAA, top 5 in actual number of seniors. A total of 12 of them. So half their roster is actually laced with seniors. And you can see that chemistry on the field. It was seen most importantly on the road against NC State, a 1-0 victory on the road. That's not an easy trip. That's a long drive. They still went out and they did their job. It's Hannah Drakulik and Devin Burns, a really good 1-2 to watch out for. So if you haven't gone and seen a soccer game, definitely go do so. Last sport, guys, what is it?
All right, last but certainly not least, field hockey.
All right, Iowa Field Hockey is a program I've been around quite a bit in the last year or so. They're a really fun group, a great group to be around, but they're also very good. The last couple years, a top 10 team. Last year, an NCAA tournament appearance. This year, they're on pace for it. Definitely a team to watch. Katie Birch, the star. That's all I got time for. Take it away.
Thanks, John. It's sure been a fun fall filled with a lot of success for a lot of teams.
And that is all the time we have for you today, but tune in tomorrow for the best Iowa football pregame show this side of the Iowa River, mostly because Lucy won't be there.
Back to you at the desk, Noah.
Thanks, guys. And that's all we have for you here at DITV. Have a great day, Iowa City. We'll see you back here tomorrow.